Yeah, a couple of weeks ago, we sent invitations to some members of Congress to see if they'd like to come down. One of them was Russ Carnahan. We were really surprised. We were really surprised when he accepted he sent the RSVP back saying that he accepted, but I just got a call while Stephanie was talking from his staff. Apparently he checked yes without actually reading the invitation. So Russ won't be here today. A few months ago, MacArthur's Bakery put a sign up, a message to Russ Carnahan. He didn't read that either. But welcome to Dave MacArthur! Thank you. Hello, America!
Thank you so much. And with that said, first I have to step out. You all know I have a son in the Marine Corps, and if I talk about him, I'll cry, so I'll go. But with that said, I want every veteran and every active service person for this country that ever served a day in their life or still serving to raise their hand. God bless you. Let's hear it for them. Folks, that's the reason I'm here. I brought my notes, but I left them in here. Just like you guys did. They're in your heart. Your notes are in your heart. Why did we get involved? We got involved because I've got a son in the military. He's willing to take a bullet for us, and I've got to be able to take a lot of grief for him. That's why we're here. It started as cap and trade because our Washington, it's not Republicans and it's not Democrats, damn it, it's the system. The system is broke. When you can't understand that the laws of physics says it takes X amount of energy to take a 65-degree stick of dough and make it into 180 degrees so you fine folks can eat it, that's called the laws of physics. We can't change it, but they can tax it. And that's what they're going to do. And that's what got us started, was cap and trade. So here we are. As I said, we wrote our congressman feverishly before we put his name in lights. He didn't listen. We put his name in lights, folks, and when 40,000 people a week going to drive by and see what I thought about Russ Carnahan, he called. Imagine that. But like every other Washington politician, that's about as far as it went. It was dead-end promises. So we're still fighting the fight. There's an election coming up in November of 2010, and we got to remember who supports us. And it's not Democrats, and it's not Republicans, it's conservatives who care. You know, the last few weeks I've been called some nasty names. If you didn't see it, I'm glad you didn't. But I'm a racist, folks. I'm a racist, and you know, it's real simple. When the left can't defeat the message, you defeat the messenger. Well, I want everybody to know, I ain't hard to find. Every time you see me, I'm wearing the same thing, but I do wash it. My name and email address and phone numbers are on my emails because I have nothing to hide. Unlike Washington, send Washington an email. What do you get? Well, if you don't check the box that says what you're inquiring about or you're complaining about, you can't talk to them. They don't want to be talked to, they're not listening, and they don't really care what you have to say, as evidenced by Claire McCaskill and her health care, I will call debacle, in Hillsborough. When she can go on air with Jamie Allman the next morning, and Jamie says, 70% of the people there disagree with you, Claire. Didn't you change your opinion any? And Claire says, well, they all came with an agenda, and I have mine. That's right, folks. They have an agenda. So the time has come when everybody says, what can I do? Get involved. We're all evidence of what can be done, and I tell people, we all have a bumper. We all have a window. Some of us have a flashing billboard, and the electricity is not off, folks. It's just waiting for the right time. But we have to be involved. We've got to talk to Grandma. We've got to talk to the neighbors. We've got to talk to those people at church that we usually don't talk to, and we've got to let them know what the issues are all about. It's not about Republicans and Democrats. It's about the system. It's broke. So if you're in small business out there, all I can do is ask this of you. Get involved. Start speaking. Do you have people that throw stones? Well, yeah, you do. But I've got a thick head and they thump right off. You know, there's a lot of ways to be involved. You know, I got to bring up a couple of guys. I was on a hillbilly radio show. A couple guys that pay with their own money to be on the internet to fight the same thing we're fighting. People, it costs time, it costs energy, and sometimes it takes money out of your wallet. But as our liberal friends always like to say, folks, it's for the children. Because they're going to pay this bill, not us. Our children are going to pay this bill. So with that, folks, thanks so much for coming out here. God shined upon us today. Look at this day we've got. God bless you. God bless America. And if you want to party with me next time, we're having a New Year's Eve party in Atlanta. Take Back America for Ed Martin. Come on out.
To keep the youth movement going, I'd like to welcome Lyda Loudon, who's going to talk about some of the things that she has going on and that we have going on in St. Louis to get the young people involved. Lyda?
Hey, how's everybody doing today? Okay, that's the other trick in the book. Hello, St. Louis. That's a little more original. I have 2 announcements to make today. The first one is I am wearing my Patriot socks. And the second one is the Facebook group for Tea Party Youth has been launched. So one thing I know Tea Partiers are very good at is the technology. So go on Facebook when you get home and go straight to your computer and join the Tea Party group, Tea Party Youth. And invite your friends, get involved, but don't do it the first thing you get home. First thing you do when you get home is wash your hands. Then go to the computer. And join the group and invite your friends because this is the future. This is big, guys. And I know that the kids can do this. The kids can get involved. And so please do that when you get home. And have a great day. God bless America.
The New York Times selected as one of the most influential political bloggers in the country. Years before this movement started, I was reading Jim Hoft's Gateway Pundit blog every day. He helped bring down Van Jones. He's been talking to us since tax day. He's one of the most popular figures in St. Louis conservative politics. Ladies and gentlemen, the Gateway Pundit, Jim Hoft!
Hello, St. Louis! Are you guys fired up today? Let me tell you, 7 months ago we met here on Tax Day to protest our opposition to excessive and dangerous government spending. At that time, Communist China had already warned us about our dangerous economic policies. And guess what? They're still warning us. The former Soviet officials were warning us about the dangers of socialism. And guess what? Now we have socialist czars. The leaders in Washington promised us, they promised us, that the $787 billion stimulus would create 3.7 million jobs. And guess what? Instead, we lost 3.6 million jobs since the stimulus passed. They promised us the unemployment rate wouldn't go over 8%. And guess what? It reached double digits this month. 10.2% unemployment for the first time in 26 years. Speakers